This is a video tutorial on how you make a muzzle flare for your gun to make your video look even better. What you want to do is you want to go to the internet, turn to Google, and you want to find a muzzle flash. Two different types of muzzle flashes that you need to use is this type. It looks like a star, as you can see, and this type of muzzle flash right here. And I will be blending these two muzzle flashes to make one, and I will show you how to do it. First of all, I'm going to show you what from one of my most recent videos, an already done muzzle flash, and I did this with Adobe After Effects, of course, but I used several different components. I'll show you right now. First of all, I put the two together, the one right here and the one and the flare right there. I didn't use the right type of flare, and I realized that, but it looks good, so it doesn't really matter. I also added in this little spark and the shell coming out, but I'll show that in a different video. You want to pull your video, your raw video, into your comp, and you are going to look for the first time that you pull back or on your shoulder, or in other words, shoot. So I'm just going to start right here, and you want to pull in your first flare, which is the one that looks like a star. Pull it into your comp, and this actually worked pretty well for me, but you want it about that size. And for the people that are pulling it off of Google, this is a pre-keyed image off of Action Essentials pack, but if you pulled it off of Google, it had a black background. Sorry. And what you want to do is you want to go Layer, Blending Mode, Screen, and it will take off that black background. And once you have that off, you want to make it about this size and bring it down to 1 frame, and because muzzle flares aren't that long lasting, but you're gonna have that muzzle flare done. Once you have that done, you want to pull in your front version of the muzzle flare, and you want to size it down. You can either just pull it out, but you can size it down by scale. That's about right. No, I'm just gonna scale it down a little more. You want to scale it down, and once you have it scaled down, you want to press this right here, which makes it all 3D. And once it's 3D, I'm going to turn it so it gets to a point where it looks like it's coming out of the gun. I'm just gonna do this a little bit of this so it shapes up a little more. There we go. There we go. Once you have that, you are going to see how the colors are matching not that well. What you can do is, this is one of the many ways you can do it, but I do it I think it's the easy way, but I pick this pen tool and I just etch out the, whoops, I did not mean to do that. You have to select it. You want to etch out the edges like as close as you can get it without taking out too much, but it doesn't really matter that much. Once you have them all selected, you want to go to Masks, Mask Feather, and you want to turn your feathering up until it looks light, kind of like your shot. And once it looks about right, I'm going to do it a little more. Once it looks about right, you can close that up and size this thing down, whoops, to 1 frame. Now that you have that first muzzle flash, you are going to get your second one. Muzzle flashes are usually about 2 frames in between both. So you want, and they are also not the same size. So for the second muzzle flash that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use totally different images here. I'm gonna pull them in to 2 frames in front of the first one. I'm going to bring it down to 1 frame, just like this. Make sure it's right in front of the muzzle, and that's done, and I'm going to pull up the second front version, and it's way too big, so I'm gonna have to go to transform, scale, scale down, scale down, scale down, scale down. That's a little too small. 3D, make it 3D. Y rotation. Just gotta remember that. And once you have the Y rotation done, I'm gonna do a little Z rotation. And there you have it. Right there is your muzzle unfinished muzzle flare. Just gonna mask it out real quick. And once I have it masked, I will go to masks. And I'm going to do feather it. I do it about 94. Yeah, that's about right. Once you have it all masked out and everything, you are almost done with everything. But I actually have this way too long. So there are both 2 frames in between each other. So let's see that. So it looks pretty realistic there. And what you want to do, because I'm shooting 3 shots, I'm gonna select both of these by holding Command and clicking the other one, or Control on a PC. But yeah, and you want to duplicate it. And once you have it duplicated, you can drag these 2 frames in front of your other muzzle flashes, your second one. So, and once you have that done, you actually want to rotate, maybe scale it down, but you want to rotate. I rotate it, but you want to rotate the base maybe, and move it. Just make sure it's in front of the actual shot. You want to rotate that, maybe scale it down a little, but I'm not going to do that. So you want to maybe rotate. No, we're not going to rotate this, but we can scale this one up. Boom. And position it right. And that's pretty much the whole thing. I will do the sparks and the shells next time. The shells come from Action Essentials pack, but you'll need to get that. It's really, really good. But yeah, that's it for the muzzle flashes. I'll show you real quick. It's not very fast, but you know. That is your muzzle flare tutorial. Thank you for watching.